Okay, Mr. Sarthak. So exercise 4.1. Now here, what is the answer for first?
No, it's not satisfying.
So what should be the answer?
So it should be 0.
Actually, it should be, yeah. Yeah. This answer is correct. X is equal to 3 doesn't belong here. But then, what should be X? X should be minus 3. Why? Because minus 3 plus 3 would be equal to 0. Any doubt, sir?
No, sir.
So, no is absolutely correct. If I want the right answer, the answer should actually be minus 3. Okay. Second, is this yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir. Again, the answer should be minus 3. Okay. Now, is this correct or wrong?
Yes, sir. It's correct.
This is correct. Yes. And how do we check it is? We put it here. What we get is minus 3 plus 3. Yes, minus 3 plus 3 is 0. Our left hand side is equal to right hand side. So you are absolutely right. Very nice. Is this correct?
No, sir.
No, sir. Very nice. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This is correct. Why this is correct? Because when I put 8 here, I get 8 minus 7 is equal to 1. So you are absolutely right. Very nice. Is this correct?
No, sir.
Why? Because when I put x is equal to 0 here and I multiply 5 by 0, the answer that I get is 0. So on left hand side, I will have 0. But on right hand side, I have 25. That is why the answer is no. Very nice. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
Shabash. Why? Because when I put x is equal to 5 here, 5x means 5 into 5 is equal to 25. So my left hand side would be equal to right hand side, and that is why this is absolutely correct. Very nice. Is this correct, Mr. Sarthak?
No, sir.
No, sir. Shabash. Why? Because when I put x is equal to minus 5 here, 5,
It should be minus 25.
shabash, shabash. Very nice. 5 into minus 5 is minus 25. But on the right hand side, you have 25. Minus 25 is not equal to 25. And that is why it is a no. Very nice. What is it, yes or no?
No.
Why no?
So because if minus 6 is m, the
Yes.
answer will be minus 2.
Shabash, shabash. Very nice. Very nice. So again, when I put minus 6 here and I divide by 3, the answer that I will get is minus 2. But on the right hand side, I have 2. The left hand side is not equal to right hand side, and that is why the answer is no. Very nice. Is this the correct answer?
No, sir.
Why?
So because if 0 is divided by anything,
The answer is 0.
yes.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
So on left hand side, we will get 0, but on right hand side, we have 2. Left hand side is not equal to right hand side. That is why it is no. Very nice. Last, it is yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very nice. When I put 6 here, 6 upon 3 is equal to 2. So this is 2, this is 2. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. Very nice. Very nice. Sarthak, were you able to do question number 2? Or you face any difficulty?
So I couldn't understand what to do in this.
Okay. Okay. See, Mr. Sarthak, what you need to do is check whether the value given in the bracket is a solution to the given equation or not. So let us try to understand. Value given in the brackets. What is the value given in the bracket? That n is equal to 1. So when I put n is equal to 1 here, is my left hand side equal to right hand side?
No, sir.
No, sir. Because my left hand side becomes 6, but my right hand side is 90. So that is why the left hand side is not equal to right hand side. Is there a doubt?
No, sir.
Very nice. So let me put n is equal to minus 2 here. Can you
So
tell me?
not be.
Yes, it won't be. Because minus 2 into 7 would be minus 14. Minus 14 plus 5 would be? Mr. Sarthak?
So
Minus 14 plus 5 would be?
-9.
Shabash. So again you can see that your left hand side would be equal to minus 9, but right hand side would be 19. And that is why this is incorrect. So this is not a solution. Not a solution. Let us check this one. When I put 2 here, I will get 7 into 2 plus 5.
This is the solution.
Yes, this will be a solution because I will get 14 plus 5. And that is 19. So this will be a solution. Yes. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now put p is equal to 1 here. So p is equal to 1. Is it a solution or not?
No, sir.
No, sir. Because on left hand side, I will get 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. 1 is not equal to 13. So this is not a solution. When I put minus 4 here, what is that I get on the left hand side? 4 into minus 4 minus 3. Minus 16 minus 3 would be equal to, Mr. Sarthak?
-19.
Shabash. So minus 19 is not equal to 13. Again, this is not an answer. Sarthak, any doubt?
No, sir.
Have you understood how to do it?
Yes, sir.
So all you need to do is, they would be giving you some value. You will be putting that value in the equation. Then you will solve the left hand side. If your left hand side is equal to right hand side, the solution is okay. Otherwise it is not. So can you tell me whether p is equal to 0 is a solution? Can you check?
So
Can you
it's not
check?
the
Yes.
solution.
Yes. Can you check if this is a solution or not?
So it's not the solution.
Yes, it's not a solution. Your left hand side would be equal to, left hand side would be equal to,
So 4 into 0 minus 3.
what would be the answer?
So 0 minus 3
What would be the answer?
minus 3.
Shabash. Now this left hand side is not equal to right hand side. So this won't be solution. Mr. Sarthak, any confusion?
No, sir.
Uh, Mr. Sarthak, I will skip this question and directly go to question number 4. Have you done question number 4?
So yes, I've done.
Okay. So what is the answer for this?
X plus 4 is equal to.
Shabash. The sum of numbers x and 4. So these are the two numbers that you are adding and the answer is 9. Shabash. Very nice. What is the answer for this?
Y minus 2 is equal to 8.
2 subtracted from y. So what does this mean? 2 subtracted from y.
So y minus 2 is equal to 8.
Is it y minus 2 or 2 minus y? Should I write 2 minus y or I should write y minus 2? What should I write?
Y minus 2.
Okay, let us read this again. 2 subtracted from y. So from y, I am subtracting 2. So here, I am subtracting y from 2. Here. So for example, if I have to write about 2 minus y, I'll write y subtracted from 2. And if I have y minus 2, I will say 2 subtracted from y. Mr. Sarthak, any confusion?
So, but I said y minus 2 only.
Arey, sir, I understand. What I am asking is, do you have any confusion where 2 minus y comes and where y minus 2 comes? Do you have any confusion?
No, sir.
Nice. So this will be equal to, because usually people get confused about this. That is why I want to be sure that you have understood. So 2 subtracted from y. 2 subtracted from y. I should be writing y minus 2 is equal to 8. What is the answer for this?
10a is equal to 17. 70.
Shabash, shabash. Very nice. So this will be, equal to 10 times a is 70. So I can write this as 10a is equal to 70. Shabash. Okay. Next is number b divided by 5 gives 6. So what would be the equation?
b upon 5 is equal to 6.
Shabash. Nice. Number b divided by y. So there is some number b. It is getting divided by 5 and the answer that you get is 6. Very nice. What is the answer for this?
3 by 4 of t.
Shabash. Shabash. Is equal to
17.
Shabash. 3 by 4 of t. Of t is equal to 15. Sarthak, if you remember, we have done this before, that of is 3 by 4 into t is equal to 15. So I can write this as 3 by 4t is equal to 15. Is there any confusion about this?
No, sir.
Nice. Nice. Very nice. What is the answer for this?
7m plus 7 is equal to 77.
Shabash. So 7 times m. This means 7 times m plus 7 gets you 77. So this would be equal to 7m plus 7 is equal to 77. Nice. Very nice. And what is the answer for 8?
1 by 4 of x minus 4 is equal to 4.
Yes, 7th. I'm sorry. 7th. So let us do 7th. 1/4 of a number x minus 4 gives 4. So first I need to do 1/4 of x. Then I need to minus 4 and I will get 4. Very nice. So this is how the equations are formed. This is how equations are formed. And then of course you will also learn how to solve these equations. So this is very critical part of maths, forming equations, solving equations. This is very important to understand maths also, and then after that science also. Okay. What is the answer for this?
6 minus 6y is equal to 60.
Okay. Let us try to understand. If you take away 6 from 6 times y. So I am taking 6. I am taking away 6 from what? From 6 times y. So
Yes.
I have 6y and I am taking away 6 from it and I am getting 60. So my answer would be 6. I am taking away from 6y and the answer that I am getting is 60. So Sarthak, any confusion about this?
No, sir.
So these get confusing, and that is why if required you can read the question twice or thrice because they do get confusing. So, for example, if I read this twice or thrice, then maybe it will start making sense to me. So again, if you take away 6, I'm taking away 6 from what? From 6 times y. Or maybe you can draw a rough diagram like this, that I have 6 times y and I take away 6 from this. So these are a bit, questions like these are a bit confusing. You can read them twice or thrice. Okay, what is the answer for this?
1 upon 3 z plus 3 is equal to 30.
Shabash, very nice. If you add 3 to 1/3 of z, so this is my 1/3 of z, and I am adding 3, I get 30. Very nice, Mr. Sarthak. Good job. Very nice. Good job. Have you done these also? Question number 5?
I couldn't understand question 5.
Okay, we will do. Have you done question number 6?
Yes, sir.
Let us do question number 6 first. Let us do question number 6 and then I'll explain to you about question number 5. Actually, question number 5 is inverse of question number 4. So write the equations in statement forms. So the one you have written in question number 4, all these are statements. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So question number 4 consists of statements. So from statements, you have formed equations. So in question number 4, you have statements. From statements, you get equations. And in question number 5, you have equations. And from equations, you will form statements. Mr. Sarthak, any doubt? Mr. Sarthak, any doubt?
No, sir.
So these two questions are inverse of each other. Okay, let us do question number 6 first, and then we will try to do question number 5. Okay. What is the answer for this?
5m plus 7 is equal to 37.
So let us understand. Irfan says that he has 7 marbles more than 5 times the marble Parmeet has. Irfan has 37 marbles. So we have been given a hint also that take M to be the number of Parmeet's marble. Okay. So Parmeet has M marbles. Okay. Now 5 times M would be 5 into M. Now Irfan is saying that he has 7 more than 5 times what Parmeet has. So 7 more than, I'm sorry, 7 more than. So if I add 7 to 5 times marble that Parmeet has, this would be equal to Irfan's marbles. And how many marbles does Irfan has? He has,
37.
shabash, shabash. So my answer would be 7 plus 5m is equal to 37. If you get confused, let us check this again. So m is the number of marbles that Parmeet has. Okay. Now 5 times the marble Parmeet has would be equal to 5m. Irfan has 7 more than 5 times. So if I add 7 to this 5m, this 37 is the number of marbles that Irfan has. Mr. Sarthak, any doubt?
No, sir.
Very nice. Have you done question number 2 also?
Yes, sir.
Nice. What is the answer?
3y plus 4 is equal to 49.
3y plus 4 is equal to 49. So let us try to understand. Lakshmi's father is 49 years old. Okay. He is 4 years older than 3 times Lakshmi's age. Okay. Take Lakshmi's age to be y years. So I take Lakshmi's age to be y. 3 times Lakshmi's age is 3 into y. Now her father is 4 years older than, so I need to add 4 to this. So 4 years older than 3 times Lakshmi's age is equal to Lakshmi's father's age, that is 49. So in 49, so 49 is age of Lakshmi's father and y is Lakshmi's age, and therefore my equation would be 3y plus 4 is equal to 49. Mr. Sarthak, very nice. Good job. We done question number 3 also.
Yes, sir.
What is the answer?
L square plus 7 is equal to 87.
L square.
Yes, sir.
Why did you write square?
What?
Why did you write square?
So because the it's twice the lowest marks.
Okay. Okay. Then what we need to understand is that this is x square and this is 2x. I call, or in maths, this is written as x squared, or usually people say this as x square, and this is called 2x or twice of x. Mr. Sarthak, any confusion?
No, sir.
So
So
do you, yeah,
then
yeah. Do you want to write x square or do you want to write 2x? What do you want to write?
so in this it will be then 2L.
2l. Shabash. Very nice. This also becomes confusing. And the best way of understanding this is that if x is equal to 3, then 3 square would be equal to 3 into 3 is equal to 9. But 2 into 3 would be equal to 6. So 3 square is equal to 9 and twice of 3 is equal to 6. Mr. Sarthak, have you understood the logic?
Yes, sir.
So this also, in algebra also, this also is a source of a lot of confusion. So the another thing that you need to understand is that this is x cubed. This is called x cubed or x cubed, and this is 3x. This means thrice of x. So again, this causes a lot of confusion. And to understand this, again we can take an example where x is equal to, let us say x is equal to 4. Now if you do 4 cube, that will be equal to 4 into 4 into 4. And if you do thrice of 4, that would be equal to 12. And 4 into 4 into 4 would be equal to 4 4 the 16 and 16 4 the 64. Mr. Sarthak, have you understood the difference?
Yes, so but how will we write x cube in statement form?
Okay. Then in the statement form, Mr. Sarthak, they will be writing something like x is cubed, and this they will write as thrice of x. Mr. Sarthak, any confusion?
No, sir.
Or they might write x squared, and for this they will write twice of x. Any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Sarthak. So what is the answer for this third part? The teacher tells the class that the highest marks obtained by a student in her class is twice.
7 is equal to 87.
Shabash. Twice the lowest marks plus 7. Take the lowest marks score to be 11. So it will be twice the lowest would be twice of L plus 7, and this would be equal to the highest score, which is 87. So my equation would be twice of L plus 7 is equal to 87. Okay, nice. What is the answer for this fourth part?
So I didn't understand the
Okay,
whole.
okay. No problem. Okay, so this is a triangle. You understand this? This is
Yes,
a
sir.
triangle. Now, isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, two sides of a triangle are equal. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Two sides. If two sides of a triangle are equal, it is called an isosceles triangle. Any doubt about this?
No, sir.
Nice, very nice. Okay. So, okay, the vertex angle. This is called the angle on the top of a triangle is called the vertex angle. Any doubt about this?
No, sir.
So this is called the vertex angle. This angle is called the vertex angle. It's twice either base angle. So this is a base angle, and this is also a base angle. Mr. Sarthak, any confusion?
No, sir.
So let us try to understand this again. So this is isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle implies that two sides of the triangle are equal. So these two are the base angles. Now this is the vertex angle. So what he is trying to say is, okay, there are three things that he is trying to say. So let us try to understand all the things that are being explained in this question. So we have understood what is the isosceles triangle, we have understood what is a vertex angle, and we have understood what is a base angle. Isosceles triangle we have understood, vertex angle we have understood, base angle we have understood. Mr. Sarthak, any confusion up to this? So the vertex angle, let us call it by B, and the base angle, let us call it by B. Now, let the base angle be B in degrees. Okay, he has already called it B. And let me call the vertex angle as V. So, the vertex angle is twice of base angle. So my vertex angle would be equal to 2b.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this angle here would be 2b. Now, in higher classes, in I think 7th or 8th class, you will understand that in isosceles triangle, this angle, when these two sides are equal, then these two angles are also equal. That means that this angle, this angle, and this angle, both these angles as well as the sides would be equal. So this angle would be B and this angle would also be B. Mr. Sarthak, any confusion?
So I didn't understand this.
Actually, we can skip this question, but still, if you, I can try to explain it to you. If you want, you can skip this question also. But let me try to explain it to you. This is an isosceles triangle. In isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. So AB would be equal to AC. Any doubt about this?
No, sir.
Similarly, these two angles would also be equal. Now, when we have to write angles, we write it like angle ABC would be equal to angle ACB. This is a sign of angle. Any doubt about this?
So that I already.
I'm sorry?
So that I already.
Okay, great, great, great. So angle ABC is equal to angle ACB. Now, in this question, this is a base angle. So they have denoted base angle by B. So this angle would be equal to this angle because both the angles are equal. Any doubts, Arthur?
No, sir.
And if I call my vertex angle as B, so as per the question, let me show you the question again. As per the question, the vertex angle is twice the base angle, twice either the base angle. So what this means is that my vertex angle is twice of B. Any confusion?
No, sir.
So my vertex angle would be twice of B. So this angle would be equal to 2B. Any confusion till here?
No, sir.
Okay, now let us, now what I'll do is I'll replace V because I have understood that this V is twice of B. So I can write this as 2B. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now the sum of triangles, sorry, sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. This would mean that 2B plus B plus B would be equal to 180 degree. Any confusion, Mr. Tharpe?
No, sir.
Now, if you remember our discussion that we had done during, I think, second or third class in algebra, this 2B plus B plus B, this B plus B would be equal to 2B, and 2B when added to 2B would be equal to 4B. Any confusion?
No, sir.
This would be my final equation, that 4B is equal to 180 degree. So the final answer that I will get is that 4B is equal to 180 degree. 4B is equal to 180 degree. So there are a lot of things that we learned in this question. We learned what is an isosceles triangle. We learned what is a vertex angle. We learned what is a base angle. And finally, what we learned was that sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Mr. Sarthak, any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Sarthak, you can take some time and try to do question number 1, 2, 3, 6. Can you try to Can you try to do these questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just do that. Yes, Mr. Sarthak. What is the answer for this part? First part?
P added to 4 gives 15.
Shabash. P added to 4 gives 15. Shabash. What is the answer for this?
7 subtracted from M gives 3.
Shabash. 7 subtracted from M gives 3. Shabash. Third part?
Twice of M gives 7.
Shabash. Very nice. Twice of M gives 7. Shabash. So, for example, in this case, if they had mentioned like M square is equal to 7, then what we would have written, Mr. Sarthak?
So M is squared gives, when M is squared gives 7.
Nice. When M is squared, it gives 7. Shabash. Sixth part? Sixth part?
Multiplied by P added with 4 gives 25.
Okay. Rise of P. Okay. Maybe you can write it as 4 added to thrice of P gives 25. Shabash. And okay. Can you tell me about this also? 7?
So 4, 2, 2 subtracted from 4 times P is equal, gives 18.
Shabash. Very nice. Very nice. 2 subtracted from 4 times P gives 18. Very nice. Very nice, Mr. Salman.